Recording in progress.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Monday, May 1st City Council meeting. Clerk, can you please call the roll? Here.
Alderman Glab.
Here.
Alderman McClatchy.
Here.
Alderwoman Bassey. Here. Alderman Schrack.
Here.
Alderman Cook.
Here.
Alderwoman Miller. Here.
Okay, this evening we're going to go ahead and get started with the oaths of office. Will be administered to the following candidates elected in the April 4th, 2023 election. This will be for Alderman Ward 2, Andy Glab, Alderwoman Ward 4, Chris Bassey, Alderman Ward 6, Michael Cook, and Alderwoman 7, Sue Miller. So, Monty? Yeah. So, oh, go ahead. Should have thought about that. I want to congratulate all four of you on being elected as council member in the city of McHenry, and I look forward to working with all of you and accomplishing the goals for everyone that lives in the city of McHenry. So thank you very much for running and putting yourselves out there, as I know it's not always easy. So thank you very much to all of you. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there any public that would like to make a public comment at this time? Terry Keppel, is that you? If you could hit the center button right there. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. My name is Terry Keppel. I'm the elected precinct committeeman for the Democrats in McHenry 31. I'm here to speak on behalf of a special use permit for a event I'm planning for Flag Day, June 14th, at the Veterans Memorial Park. In addition to having a presentation on the flag, we're going to have a county board member speak, and also we're planning to provide grilled food, and we'd also like to allow people to bring their own bottle if they would choose. We're not going to dispense any, but a lot of people like to have something to drink when they're commiserating and enjoying life, and so that's what I'm here to speak to, and everyone's welcome to come, whether you're Democrat or Republican. But it is being presented and organized by the Democrats in my precinct. So thank you for your time.
Appreciate
it. Sir, I'm sorry. Have you already filled out a permit or an application for the event? You already have it?
Yes, I have,
okay.
And it's with the Park District.
Okay, great. I appreciate it.
I'm told it's on the agenda today.
That was in tonight's agenda. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you.
I'm looking for a motion. Alderman Strack?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you.
Excuse me. On 6N, I just want to make a note that this is something that I know Chief Burke has been working on for years in regards to this multi-jurisdiction law enforcement training facility. It's great that we have something now very close to our hometown, and it's available to the municipalities that are in the in this in the document, and look forward to being able to have our officers in that facility. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Alderman Cook?
6I, the waiver of competitive bidding. 6I and 6J for the sanitary lift station.
Okay.
Is there a reason why there's no bids going for it, or waiving the competitive bidding?
Yeah, Troy will go ahead and answer that for you.
Sure. So for the council members that were there for the presentation the past fall, some of you remember some of the procurement challenges we had for these mid-size facilities improvement projects. These are two such projects. Millstream lift station specifically, we actually did prepare an in-house set of plans, which we received no bidders for last year. We also considered hiring a designer, but to hire a designer would have been several tens of thousands of dollars, as to where you're kind of pushing the cost of the improvements just to put together a set of engineering plans, and maybe or maybe not draw sufficient bid response. So there are actually two proposals that are attached. Just competitive bidding requirements would require, I guess, an open competitive bid with an public advertisement. Again, that was a process that failed, so we just directly secured two proposals from two SCADA integration contractors pairing with electrical contractors, and those are the two prices you have there. And then that's I. And then J, this is the first time that we've had to do this type of mechanical replacement for this facility without doing a full-blown replacement or construction project. And it's a similar set of circumstances to where we've struggled to draw multiple proposals from a large pool of contractors for these smaller projects.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments by council? See none? Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Thank you, council. Next item on the agenda is 7A, is a motion to approve an ordinance authorizing the purchase of vacant land at 3931 West Main Street for use to improve storm sewer drainage and rehabilitation for public access in the amount of $40,000 to authorize the mayor, clerk, and city attorney to sign all necessary documents to close this transaction. Director Strange?
Yep. Thank you, Mayor. So this is, again, a request to purchase this property. Council meeting ago, we secured an easement for the adjacent property to the west. Once we have that property and this one in our hands, we will be able to move forward with the design work that is already under contract with Christopher Burke Engineering. So we're planning on reconstructing the South Main Street lot, adding lighting, adding some storm sewer to drain that lot out a little better and hit a storm sewer line that we had installed on John Street. So again, just seeking your concurrence for the purchase of the property.
Thank you, Troy. At this time, looking for a motion and a second to approve. Alderman Santee?
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance authorizing purchase and accepting the real estate contract for 3931 Main Street as presented.
Thank you. Second? Alderman McClatchy?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on this item by council? Is there anyone from the public that would like to make a public comment regarding this item? All right, see none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Santee?
Yes.
Alderman McClatchy?
Yes.
Alderman Glad?
Yes.
Alderwoman Massey? Yes. Alderman Strack?
Yes.
Alderman Cook?
Yes.
Alderwoman Miller? Yes.
Thank you, council. Next item on the agenda is 7B, is a motion to approve a facade grant application for the property located at 2902 West Illinois Route 120 in the amount of $15,526. Director Martin, please present the item.
Sorry about that. Attached is a facade grant application for the property at 2902 West Illinois Route 120, east of the river. It's an old building. It was recently purchased in November of last year by a gentleman, Kurt Eldrup. He's a former United States Air Force veteran, and he has an aviation background in mechanics and flying, and he makes aviation-style furniture. He basically he went through Planning and Zoning Commission for the use, and he's trying to clean up the property. Mainly wants to address the south facade, the east facade, and basically the east facade, not too much different than what it is now, but tuck pointing, cleaning it up. The south facade, he's got a couple renderings or pictures of what it kind of looks, what he wants it to look like. And then the fence with the board-on-board fence, that fence right there is along the east facade. It's along the east property line, and he wants to extend that as part of the grant. And also he's redoing the asphalt in the front as well as some front landscaping as part of this. This grant is total cost is estimated at $31,052. The grant application is for $15,526. It's a dollar for dollar matching grant. he can get up to, $30,000 in grant money. He has more than 81 feet of lineal frontage between the south and the east facade. Obviously, he's not applying for that much. The grant is, or kind of said that. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it. At this time, looking for a motion and a second to approve this item. 7B. Alderman McClatchy.
Yes, I would move that we approve the facade grant application for 2902 West Road, 120 for the amount of $15,526.
Thank you. Second. Alderman Bassi.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on this item by council? Alderman Glab, go ahead.
Yeah, I just, we've had a lot of facade grants coming forward, and is our ordinance set up to basically where we pay a 50-50 on all our facade grant applications, or is this specific to each project?
The facade grant is a dollar for dollar matching grant. That's the facade grant. We have another grant that is a 50%. That is a 50% match, but not this grant.
So this one doesn't necessarily always have to be 50-50, is that what you're saying?
No, this one is dollar for dollar.
Okay. I just tend to wonder if we might in the future start looking at, because we've done so many facade grants, that maybe we want to start looking at a different percentage rather than 50-50 all the time. Needless to say, you could always maybe come back to council later for a 50-50 share if we feel that it's an integral spot that's being uplifted. But just on every facade grant, I'd like to see maybe where we readdress that a little. Maybe we put it on the agenda at some time in the future to look at.
Thank you.
And we'll do that, Alderman Glab. Thank you. We'll bring that for council to discuss under a discussion item. Just as for newer council members, or to remind people who may have forgotten also. So the facade grant has changed over the last 8 months, where we went to a dollar amount based on the linear footage of a property instead of just a flat dollar amount. So I can't remember what our breakdowns are, but if it's 30 lineal feet, then you're eligible for X amount of dollars. If it's 80 lineal feet, you're eligible for an increased amount. And again, right now it is based on a dollar for dollar match. In this case, the gentleman's not asking for the full amount, but we can certainly bring it back, during this year for council to discuss, so that we can make any amendments to that if council so chooses. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Santee.
Yeah, real quick question. So, Director Martin, Administrator Martin, if the 15,000 gets approved, where will our facade grant budget be after this amount is taken out?
So after that amount, if the full amount is taken out, we will have used $65,000 approximately, and we will have about $34,000 left for the rest of this fiscal year.
Yeah, that was my second question. This grant is budgeted for $100,000, correct? Annually.
Annually.
This is the first year we've gone to 100,000, correct?
Yeah, this is the first year we budgeted for it.
Okay, and I think something that this is part of this fiscal budget this year, correct? This is 23-24?
Correct.
Okay. And I think just the point of the money that's been already gone through this facade grant and how attractive this has been for businesses, it just points out that it is attractive, and at some point, probably in the very near future, that $100,000 will be gone because we're down to 34 now. Correct?
Correct, we would be.
All right, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Alderman Cook?
I think I asked you this before. Does the person own the property who's asking for this grant?
Yes, the applicant is actually here. I believe he does own the property. Could you come up to the podium, please?
You just state your name.
Hi, Kurt Aldrup. I'm at 29902 West Illinois, Route 120.
Thank you.
In McHenry. Yeah, I own the property free and clear. So. And then to you, it was first come, first served from on the application. I didn't want to. But so yeah, I think once the whole thing runs out, then it comes to another year or whatever, somebody else or whatnot.
Okay, I was just asking because, you know,
I'm not a tenant.
you're not a business,
Not a
you're
tenant,
not
yeah.
a tenant.
Yeah,
Okay,
so therefore then,
that's what I want to make sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, appreciate it. Any other questions, comments by council? Anyone from the public that'd like to make a public comment regarding this item? See none? Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, council. Good luck to you. Thank you for investing in McHenry. Appreciate it. Thank you. Takes an army, that's for sure. So, thank you. Next item on the agenda is discussion, staff reports. Is there any other staff reports? Bill, every time. Go ahead, Bill. Yeah.
Mike?
Can you please turn on your microphone?
Yes, sorry. The 4 shops, the 4 12x16s on the east side of the site were put up today. All the walls. So if you haven't seen that site and have a better feel for what that's going to look like, you can get a really good idea going down there. So again, special thanks to Mike Moracek for kind of leading the effort for building, but Habitat for Humanity and the McHenry High School Building and Trades program were all a big part of getting those up today. So that was a huge thing. And then one follow-up item was the Shamrocks to Fox. We got some numbers through our partnership with Visit McHenry County. It allows us to utilize Datafy information where we can kind of set a geofence and collect data of how many visitors come to a certain area. Over 6,100 people came to Miller Point, just to the Miller Point location for Shamrocks to Fox this year. So that was about 2,500 up from the previous years. So that was some good news. And then the fence is supposed to go around the spray pad this week. The contractor should be in there this week. And if we don't have 37-degree weather, raining, our goal will be to have that open hopefully by the end of the week. So that's it.
Thank you, Bill. Any other staff reports? Derek?
Just a reminder that I forwarded the council an invitation on May 20th. It's a Saturday. Zukowski, Rogers, Flood, and McCardle, our city attorney's office, is hosting a elected officials seminar. I think it's been maybe 2 election cycles since they've been able to do it because of COVID. I encourage everyone to attend, really, because they not only cover standard topics, but any changes to those standard topics that have happened, in statutes or whatever over the last few years. So, and as we know, those can change quite often. So that's May 20th at the Holiday Inn in Crystal Lake. Begins at 8:30. They'll finish up before noon because I assume David doesn't want to pay for lunch for everyone to go to it. So that's why he ends it before noon. But I encourage everyone to attend. And if you want to go, either respond directly. I'll re-forward the seminar pamphlet or handout. I'll re-forward it to council. You can either respond directly by the 15th, or you can let Monty know by the end of the day on the 12th, and he'll respond on behalf of the city. Thank you.
I just have one question
Sure,
on that.
go ahead.
Just basically, what is the cost of the city on each alderman?
There's no cost.
There is no cost?
Okay. Not any direct cost to us,
All right.
no.
I just wondered if it was additional or not. Thank you.
That's why there's no lunch.
Yeah. Any other staff reports? All right. Mayor's comments. I just wanted to let everyone know that Bill Hobson, Doug Martin, and I also invited Sean Strack to attend ICSC in Las Vegas this year. So, having a council member attend would be, I thought, and so did Doug, thought it'd be a great idea to give insight to the council members to kind of what's going on and what we do in Las Vegas. Everyone thinks it's all fun and games, but it's a lot of walking, and I'm starting to work out right now for it. And Doug walks really fast. But we know it's going to be an exciting trip. We have some plans getting drawn up by an architect to kind of show what properties could look like that aren't developed yet, and really just pitch the city of McHenry. So, Sean, I appreciate you going with us. It's on the 21st through the 24th, and we'll come back with a report from that. So that's all I got. City council comments. Alderman Santee.
Can we put a fifth into that group or not? I'm just
Mitch,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
I'll take your position. I'll take your spot. I'll take
Tempting.
I won't come back.
Lottery next year.
I do have one question. A couple businesses and a couple of constituents mentioned the Green Street construction. Director Strange, just for clarification, when people were asking me, Green Street's going to be closing. I don't believe so, but maybe you can explain that better.
So as far as I'm aware, I was misquoted by the newspaper. I never told them Green Street was going to be closed. We did discuss the 2-week closure of the Dartmoor Drive Bridge, which will happen mid to late June. And we were working with getting that notice out to police and fire now, and then there will be changeable message signs and public communication. Again, for Dartmoor, 2 weeks. Green Street is starting effectively now, and that's just going to be daytime lane closures. It's a normal resurfacing project.
Thank you.
Alderman Gleb, go ahead.
Yeah, just hey, Chief, maybe we kind of keep an eye on the traffic patterns. I don't know. I think that would be your view, basically. When that bridge is closed for those 2 weeks, it would be interesting where that traffic's going to go. I'd be curious to know. Well, no, and I understand that. I'm just curious of what patterns they're going to go to. And again,
people on the west side of the bridge are going to have to turn Cold Valley.
yeah, I know there's a lot more traffic going east than west over that bridge. So I just kind of wondering where they're going to wind up heading. So, you know that, again, for every action, there's a reaction, and we just need to know what that is. Again, I'm worried about what's going to happen to Crystal Lake Road in a few years when we do the 31 widening. And things like this kind of give us at least a little of an insight how drivers are going to change their patterns. Thank you.
Any other council comments? Oh, Ross, go ahead.
Sorry, it's not council. We're talking about road closures. With the development of the Fox Meadows out at Veterans and Route 31, the improvements of the off-site sanitary sewer are going to require Veterans Parkway to be closed for roughly 2 days. I don't have a time frame for that yet, but it looks like within the next 30 days. I did require them to give me 10 days notice so we can get the electronic signs out there. But just so you're aware, Veterans will need to be closed for 2 days.
Are we going to have them send letters to all the residents and that?
Well, we're going to put the signs up 10 days, our electronic signs. So you will be able to get through the subdivision going around. So it's
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Any other city council comments? See none? All right. Looking for a motion and a second to adjourn. Alderman Strack.
Motion to adjourn. I'll second that.
All right, there you go. Alderman Cook, second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Strack?
Yes.
Alderman Cook?
Yes.
Alderwoman Miller?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bassey?
Yes.
Alderman McClatchy?
Yes.
Alderman Glab?
Yes.
Alderman Strack? I'm sorry, Santee?
Yes.
Everyone have a good night. Thank you very much for coming.